Welcome to the best damn, oh my damn, MMA podcast you've never heard of. My name is Motivated Andy, and this is the No Name MMA show. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Wednesday, May 25th. We're at the half-year mark. Starting next week, Wednesday, we will be June 1st. That means we have gone through half of a year of MMA events, so we will be going into that later on. We'll be talking a little bit about Ketlin Vieira versus Holly Holm this past weekend with all the judging, all the scoring, open scoring, this and that, changing judges, I don't know, all that craziness. But before we get into that, my lovely co-host here.
No Nutshot Nina.
What did you do this past weekend, baby?
So, you know me, just working on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Except for this next weekend.
No, this coming Memorial Day weekend, I'm off, and our pool, you guys, we have the best apartment pool. Our community is really like older folks.
Yeah.
And they freaking get down at the pool. Mm-hmm. They literally pool all day, every day. Every freaking day.
Like all day. Like straight up, I feel like they wake up, go to the pool, and just chill there until 6.
And they're so nice. They're so cool. And our pool is like nice.
Yeah.
It's a fun vibe, but it's not MTV like spring break vibes.
Yeah, it's not like a bunch of like little kids splashing
but
and
it's
stuff.
still a vibe. Yeah,
it's
a good...
not like people that are slightly younger than us that are, you know, like trying to go to the pool and drink and be crazy. It's just like chill.
The pool crowd definitely drinks, but they hold their own.
Yeah, they're chilling.
They're chilling.
They're vibing the fuck out.
Yes, it's so great. So I'm really looking forward to that. Otherwise, Andy and I and my sister and her husband, we have started watching together 9 Perfect Strangers, which we're a little late on that train, but episode 1 and we're all hooked.
It fucking hit.
So
I was a little not sober that day, so I don't know how much that had to affect my opinion of this show, but 3 like frames in, I was like, this is gonna fucking hit. This is
good. Yeah, it was good.
So, yeah.
What about you, baby?
As for me, I didn't do jack shit. I just took like a really mental health weekend to myself. Just watched the fights. I played a little bit of Elden Ring, but not that much. It was more just like, I need to relax and chill and not be sober for a little bit. Just be within myself and woo-sa. Mm-hmm. Like some inhaling of breaths. Mm-hmm. I've been doing a lot of mental health. But yeah, that's pretty much been it for my weekend. Now, before we get started with the show, let's get kind of started with the show. It's off to Nina for the MMA Minute.
Yeah, so JDS gives update on shoulder injury suffered from Eagle Fight Club 47. Mm-hmm. The former UFC heavyweight champion is doing well after his debut into Eagle to an unfortunate end.
Yeah. He was fighting Yorgan de Castro in the title event. And then, I noticed this from the very beginning. He was throwing his fucking overhand right, not like he used to. He was throwing it very like swinging his arm with his shoulder. And I was thinking maybe he's trying to do a weird angle or something, you know. Maybe he's seeing something that I don't. I mean, it's JDS. Mm-hmm. Junior Dos Santos, the guy that beat Cain Velasquez whenever he was Cain fucking Velasquez.
Stop. Yeah.
And he was throwing his arm like he was like swinging at that.
Yeah.
And then it landed. And as soon as it landed, it like popped his shoulder out of socket.
He wasn't like braced in his...
No, it wasn't like a swing. Yeah. It was like this.
Yeah.
Like imagine the motion of a swing, but he was throwing that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like it's really weird. If you go back and look at it, he did it more than once. It wasn't like this first time throwing. It was a really weird like overhand right.
Yeah.
And it landed on Yorgan de Castro, and as soon as it did, it popped out of his socket. Ugh. And Yorgan looked at it. He was about to go and looked at it and pointed. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Junior Dos Santos looked at his shoulder. Because I guess he didn't feel it, or he was trying to play coy.
Right.
And as soon as it was noticed by everybody, he like
Yeah.
started trying to lift it and like pull it into
Ugh.
socket.
Oh, fuck.
But he was like screaming in pain and
Oh,
like
jeez Louise.
but yeah, it was short-lived. Second round, I believe. The first round was pretty competitive, but Junior Dos Santos looked good. It was just that weird, like he was doing shit just a little weird, and he didn't used to. But yeah, unfortunate for him. Jorgen De Castro gets a win. He also celebrates a little too much for my pleasure at the end. It's like JDS got injured. You didn't win the fight.
Yeah.
Like you won the fight, but like you didn't.
Yeah, you didn't finish this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was like screaming like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want. Like,
Ew.
you know, like that meme of like first place, second place, and third place is like champagne bottle. It was like him. Like he was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And it's like, dude, chill. Like,
yeah.
Even like Kamaru Usman, who was commentating, because it's Kamaru Usman, Henry, Chael Sonnen, and Cyrus Fees.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they commentate those shows.
That's so fun.
This time apparently it wasn't that good.
Okay.
According to Mike Heck. If you don't know who Mike Heck is, he reports for MMA Fighting. And yeah, apparently he did not like the commentary by Henry and Chael. He thought Kamaru just barely saved them. But like that last card was not so
their
good.
Best.
Yeah, but Kamaru Usman's really fucking good.
That's awesome.
But even he was the one saying like, yeah, he's gonna regret kind of celebrating like this.
Yeah.
He's gonna figure it out. He's gonna realize like, yeah, like, you know, he injured himself. Like it wasn't a real win like that.
Right.
But I think he's just celebrating because he got a win.
We'll hear it on Twitter soon.
But no, like to Jorgen De Castro's credit, after the fight, they like interviewed him, and he was just like, "Yeah, you know what? That's my bad. Like I shouldn't have done that."
Oh, he already
he like straight up said it. Like, so yeah, it was one of those just like.
He was just in the moment.
In the moment,
that he won.
And I mean, he was in Eagle FC as a main event against Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah. After
getting cut by the UFC for losing.
Right.
So you know, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It just sucks all around.
Yeah.
The cool thing that would have happened if Junior Dos Santos would have won is they would have done a co-promotion with Bellator featuring Fedor.
Yeah.
And it would have been Junior Dos Santos against Fedor, the two of back in the day who were considered some of the greatest of all time.
Right.
So it would have been like the dream match that never got to happen.
Yeah.
But also in a co-promotion.
Crazy. That would be wild.
But now that's a little not. I mean, that's not gonna happen. Maybe Jorgen.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently they got some like Bellator fighter that fought on their card too.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I really fuck with.
That's so cool.
Mike Heck did bring up the issue of like, how do they make money? Because like they're not selling tickets. All of the tickets in the arena, which is a very small arena, are like invite only. So it's only like fighters in the crowd. Yeah. Which is kind of cool because it's like literally all fighters. Like the whole stands are just fighters. Sweet. Like all of the fighters. So it's not like you're just seeing the stars. You're also seeing like Andrei Arlovsky from American Top Team and like other places. Yeah. But yeah, so like you don't sell tickets. The events are free. Apparently, you're paying all these people lots of fucking money.
Right.
Like not.
No, not even UFC money.
Because Junior Dos Santos could have gone to Bellator. Completely. He came to you, so you're paying JDS money.
Completely.
So it's like, how do they make money?
Yeah.
But then it's like the best case scenario for Bellator because you attach yourself to Khabib. I mean Khabib, and now it's Bellator. Khabib times Bellator. So it's like free promotion for Bellator, but. I mean, right now I think it's just a bunch of Saudi princes just giving Khabib whatever the fuck he wants.
I mean, like, do you think Khabib sponsors Eagle FC?
I mean, yeah, but he's not that rich. Like, you need money.
That's why I was like, I mean, how much money does Khabib make?
That's what I mean. Like,
what's he worth?
He's not making shit off of Eagle FC.
I
mean,
like,
we'll see how much.
Just to get businesses started, and if this is like Khabib's baby, you know.
Right.
I could see you investing that money to like really get your name going, get connected to Bellator, put on some badass fucking fights, and try to change how people like enter division. You know, like that would be cool. I could see Khabib doing that, but that's just like how much money has he got to put.
One thing to note is that really these events that I'm talking about are just the ones that happened in America.
Yeah.
They do go over to like Dagestan, Russia, like all that other shit.
Right.
So maybe they are selling tickets over there. Maybe they are,
Yeah.
like they do have a TV deal over there. So that's not to say that this is all that happens.
Right.
It's almost giving me Triller vibes.
Okay.
Like nobody's going to Triller. Nobody's like you're paying $20 to go see a Triller event.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are losing money.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like bleeding money.
Yeah.
So it's like any normal person would be concerned.
Right.
But again, I just think it's just Saudi princes like, oh, Khabib is my favorite. I'm just gonna throw you like a quick 500 million.
Fight for you.
Yeah, I'll just give you like 40 million,
True.
and I trust you.
Yeah.
And it might be that type of deal.
It could be.
So I don't know.
Moving on, Valentina Shevchenko feels UFC bantamweight title shot very possible for 2022. Can you imagine this year that happening?
I mean, she's going up. I'm forgetting her name. I mean, doesn't matter. Lemos? No, it's not Lemos. Is it Lemos? I forgot her freaking name. I don't know. She's going up against somebody. And, I mean, Amanda Nunes is going up against Juliana Pena. Mm-hmm. So, if Juliana Pena goes out there and beats Amanda Nunes, Valentina got Juliana Pena. Mm-hmm. And we can see Valentina Shevchenko finally become double champ.
Double champ.
Which is even crazier because there's only 3 divisions in women's championship.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's featherweight. But there's really only 3. So to be champion of 2 of them, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the luck to Valentina Shevchenko. Mm-hmm. But a lot of things have to go right for her. As confident as I am that Juliana Pena is going to beat Nunes, she still has to go out there and beat Nunes. Like, it's still fucking Amanda Nunes.
Right.
And she can still knock you the fuck out.
Yep.
So, it'd be fucking cool, though. Mm-hmm. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Damn. And that gives her enough room. Like, Amanda's on the older end. Mm-hmm. She is not in the beginning of her career. Mm-hmm. She's on the end of her career. Yeah. Valentina's a little bit younger, but not that much, I don't think. So, I don't know. It'd be pretty cool. Valentina has enough championships for both her and her sister. Right. Because her sister's not very good at a belt.
Yeah.
Sorry,
not yet. Okay. She slid into my DM. Masvidal fires back at Pereira for fake narrative and call out. Jorge Masvidal responds to Michelle Pereira after the latter issued a challenge for a fight or a potential fight.
Right. So at the end of Michelle Pereira against Santiago Ponzinibbio this past weekend, he was asked, who do you want to fight next? Because that's always the question that every fighter gets. By the way, fighters, if you ever do end up listening to our podcast, they're always going to ask you that question. Mm-hmm. Answer it with a fucking name. Like, that is the one time you ever get heard. Mm-hmm. Say a fucking name.
Right.
Besides that. So, Ponzinibbio goes out and says, yeah, Jorge Masvidal sent a DM to my wife. Mm-hmm. He sent an emoji and I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So, maybe he can explain or we can settle it in the cage.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Jorge has receipts, and Pereira's wife DM'd Jorge, and so he's just like, yo, what has this world come to where somebody has to do this kind of narrative to try to get a paycheck?
Yeah.
And then the wife double backs on the DM saying, this is a business account, like, this is before I met my husband. This is blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, sus.
Yeah.
But also, like, the best part about it is that she sent whatever to him, like, kill him or whatever.
Yeah.
And he responded back in, like, 4 days with, like a God bless or whatever.
Right.
So, but Jorge keeps receipts. So, say what you want about him. I mean, he's resourceful.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I would make damn sure before I ever had said that if I were her.
Right.
But, like, yeah, that's not a good look.
But why? Yeah, because you're... I don't know. It's just like,
how easy is it for someone to prove it? You know,
Yeah.
like, you better be
it's just like
damn
the,
sure.
like the whole, like, remember Conor McGregor saying that Dustin Poirier's wife was in, your wife was in me DMs.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Jesus.
damn.
Yeah.
Everybody's wives in MMA are just doing crazy stuff. Now I'm just like, maybe it was real.
I don't think Dustin Poirier's was.
I don't know.
Conor would put it up.
He did. But it looked like it was fake. It looked like it was somebody who made it. So maybe it was real. Maybe Conor was telling the truth. Maybe Conor is really an angel and he's going to become champion at 155 and 170.
Did he say angel?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Reverse Clark Kent. Kevin Holland saves man in an 18-wheeler crash. That's right. This man saved someone again.
And so my wife was like, nah.
Well, the UFC welterweight recently found himself as the first man on the scene of an overturned 18-wheeler. Tell me this. How many other times has he, just saved
at least
somebody?
3 other times, I think. 3 other times, because somebody stole a car, he chased them down and beat them up.
There's too many of these coincidences that it's starting to, I just don't believe it anymore.
No, it's just, you don't believe it. Do you think people are starting to, stop caring? Because it's just like, oh, okay, this guy's just a hero now, whatever. Do you think that's what happened to, Batman? There was all this shit going on. People just got bored and they were like, oh, yeah, he's saving shit. Who gives a fuck?
An 18-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I'm like...
Is it giving you some Brennan Schaub vibes?
Yeah, and they're just always this big, dramatic, once in a lifetime.
I mean...
Once in a lifetime, not 4 times in a lifetime do you become a hero at something like this. And it turned out he's got a Purple Heart, who knows? I'm too realist to think that all of this is true.
That's fair.
Maybe this one's true and the rest are bullshit. It's something like this,
But all of them he had receipts for all of the other ones.
I don't believe it.
Just this one not so much. So it's just
It's a glitch in the Matrix, I'm telling you.
No, for sure it's a glitch in the Matrix. From now on, I expect him to save somebody's life every half a year. Every half a year, some crisis has to occur where Kevin Holland has to save somebody's life.
If not, we send him back to space.
Yeah, because that's not a good reverse Superman.
How is this man not a champion? You're going to be spending all your time looking for extracurricular Ninja Turtle
This is
shit.
why.
Vigilante,
This is
whatever.
why he can't grapple. He's fighting crime. He only knows what he can do. Because you can't grapple as a superhero. You gotta knock motherfuckers out. So he's just knocking motherfuckers out as a superhero. And just doesn't have enough time to train grappling.
Yeah. Dariush rips Oliveira for pushing fight against McGregor. This is hypocritical. Beneil Dariush doesn't understand why Oliveira wants to fight Conor McGregor over other contenders in the lightweight division.
That makes sense. If anybody has a bone to pick with the whole 155 division, it's Beneil Dariush. Nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah.
He is in the top 5.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Seeing it from that perspective, as much as I love Oliveira, and as much as I do think that he has earned his right to a payday, you're the champion first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you've earned it, but that's not how it works. You get the payday if you get the payday, but
Right.
I mean, obviously it'll happen
at least for the top 5.
Right.
You gotta make your way to the rounds.
Yeah, we gotta keep
and
the train
then you
going.
can just fight who you want to fight after you've fought all the top 5 guys at least once in their turns.
It's not like Conor's that far off. It's just no, you gotta do your due diligence. You already got most of these dudes. You got Chandler, you got Dustin, you got Gaethje.
Yeah.
So now all you gotta do is just get rid of that last little fucking annoying motherfucker that's talking shit.
Right.
I mean, Beneil Dariush is a beast, and he has the skill set, I think, that is going to be the most dangerous to Oliveira. Because he's willing to stand and bang. He has a great arsenal of weapons. He has the power, and also he's like a jiu-jitsu champion as well. So he has the grounding. Like, he's not going to be scared to go into the ground with Oliveira.
Right.
He's not going to be like Justin Gaethje, who knocks him down and is like, oh, I can't. I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So, is he doing the right thing by... Yeah. Squeaky wheel gets the oil, and you got to be the one that's like, me next. Because if you're not doing it, nobody else is doing it.
No one's going to do that for you.
Exactly. Especially in the UFC. Especially while you don't have a fight. Especially in a division where everybody else does not want to... They want the big money fight. They either want Michael Chandler. They want Conor McGregor.
It's
they
an
want...
inflated division.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, no. Beneil's playing the right card. Will he end up getting what he wants? He still has Islam Makhachev that he could fight.
Yeah.
But Charles Oliveira they were scheduled to fight, and he couldn't. So that's where it's like, he owes me one. So, I feel Beneil Dariush on that. And it's not just because I love him. Right. It's also like, he's right. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And he is right in calling Charles Oliveira a hypocrite. It's like, fight somebody who's next.
Yeah.
Like,
especially
of course I want the easy payday to fuck up Conor McGregor. Like, who wouldn't? But
especially when you just did a big fuck up and you lost your belt for a stupid thing that you shouldn't have let happen. Right. Especially when you're like kind of in some hot water right now. You gotta just play by the book right now.
Talking about that, Ariel Helwani today had Andy Foster. Andy Foster is the executive of the California State Athletic Commission, my favorite commission, bar none the best commission. That's the commission that tells you how much people got paid, how much they weighed in, how much they regained. That's why that's why Paulo Costa can't fight in California, because he rehydrates too much.
I was gonna say, is it Paulo Costa or I couldn't remember who. Yeah.
But he's the one that is in the front line of everything.
Yeah.
And Ariel asked him about Charles Oliveira, what happened with him in Arizona. It's like, yo, he missed by 0.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't give him that? And he's like, nope. We would have done the same thing. And he's just like, how did he lose his belt? By the scale. Is he fighting the scale? No, he's fighting that. You can't win something off of something that you lost. I was just like, yeah, exactly. It's not being a nitpicker, but somebody else made the fucking weight.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, Ariel's had some not so great takes. Open scoring, I fuck with. I think it's just beneficial for everybody to know what's up. But just Charles Oliveira was done dirty.
Yeah.
No, he didn't do his job.
Yeah.
Like, who out of everybody,
yeah,
who fucked up in this scenario?
Right.
Why'd you fuck up? Because you wanted to. Shout out. Sorry, I had a Kendrick Lamar binge, and I had to listen to some System of a Down for a little bit. Because I had to shake it up.
Shake it up.
But, no. So, Charles Oliveira fucked up. He should still get champion money. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He is still very much a champion.
But he
needs to be getting pay-per-view
lost
points.
His belt.
Right. So you're not really shot caller like that. Like, let's be like completely. Let's take everything away. You don't have the belt right now. So fight somebody who's worthy, either Islam or Beneil. Let's get this shit on the road. Not, oh, I want to fight Conor in December. Yeah. Like, fuck that.
All right, moving on. Mark Munoz will lose high school job after allowing students to settle rift by boxing. UFC veteran Mark Munoz was reported placed on administrative leave for letting two young students box each other.
Yeah.
Damn.
So to his end, he said that they just wanted to box, that they hadn't mentioned that there was this animosity, that they weren't actually trying to fight. But then the parents of one of the kids found out, and they were like, no, fuck this. And so it blew up. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not surprised by it. He was probably just like, yeah, go have some fun.
Yeah.
But no, they were like straight up fighting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucking weird, man.
Awesome. Andy, I'm going to have you read this next one because I just really am not sure exactly. I think you'd better explain this.
So, Anthony Smith recently revealed on the Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping, because he's co-host now, that Dan Blitzerian, he's like that very much Chad guy. Where he's like rich. He was on Instagram for a minute, like a hot minute. And he was like, his daddy was this Wall Street guy that committed fraud. And somehow he ended up getting rich. And they're like, nah, your dad just stashed away money and gave it to you. But him and Donald Cerrone, apparently, during Anthony Smith's fight with John Jones, they like pushed his family away. They had to like scooch him down so they can sit on that aisle because him and Donald Cerrone were drunk as fuck and they were being rude to Anthony Smith's wife.
Got it. Okay.
But I think it was more Dan Blitzerian.
Okay.
But then he was also like, yeah, like that would have pissed me off alone. But then after that, I hear that he's like watching porn on his phone and he's sitting next to my mom.
Ew, yeah.
So, like, what the fuck? And it was just weird the whole fucking time. Yeah. And, like, that was my moment to shine. And he was just like, had I known what had happened after the fight, I would have fucked him up. Yeah. And to his credit, yeah. Yeah. That's completely fucked. But also not surprising from that piece of shit. So, yeah.
Okay. A stand-up battle wouldn't be bad. Tony Ferguson wants Poirier next. Do you think Dustin would take this fight?
I mean, if I was Dustin, I would.
Yeah.
If I was Dustin, I would take that fight. Yeah. Because this is a Tony Ferguson on a losing streak, even though he has been reinvigorated and he has that passion for this right now. I would take it. Yeah. If I'm Dustin Poirier. If I'm Tony Ferguson, as much as I'm a Tony Ferguson fan, and as much as I feel,
he should not be taking this fight.
I feel like this fight is again, one of those favorable fights. Somebody who likes to get hit a lot. Again, I mean, I was wrong about Michael Chandler knocking out Tony, but
that was a freak.
Who the fuck saw that shit coming? Fuck you for thinking that you would know that shit was coming.
No way.
So, back to the point. I think it would be a very favorable fight.
Yeah.
Will Tony's chin have suffered too much at this point?
Right.
I mean, he was taking some pretty good shots by Michael Chandler, and his chin was holding up.
Yeah.
I don't think he's losing any toughness. But a knockout is a knockout, and it does change some fighters, and Tony isn't young.
Never been knocked out before, ever.
So maybe this is the chink in the armor, or who knows?
Who knows?
I would prefer Tony Ferguson fighting somebody more chill.
I, too.
I would... Bobby Green would be fucking good.
Yeah.
Just like an older guy.
Yeah.
Even though Dustin Poirier is no spring chicken, he's just in the upper echelon. Just maybe somebody with a little bit less of a hot streak right now. Yeah. Somebody on a losing streak. Somebody in the top 15. Somebody who needs a good win, but isn't in the top 5 of fucking murderers.
Top 10.
Yeah. Just somebody just slightly off. RDA would be amazing. Another RDA rematch. God. So yeah, just one of those fucking fights. But do I think he would do a good job against Dustin Poirier? Yeah. Would I want to see that fight? Yeah. If I was Tony and I was thinking straight though, I'd be calling for somebody different. Yeah. But I mean, it's a good call out, and Tony Ferguson deserves whatever the fuck he wants.
He does. Yeah.
He's king. He can do whatever he wants.
All right, and still fresh off a brutal KO loss at UFC 274, Tony Ferguson. Oh, my bad. So sorry, guys. Just kidding. Didn't read my next note. All right, that's it for this week's MMA Minute. Over to Mr. Motivated Andy for It's Time.
So for It's Time, because there are no fights this weekend, really, like nobody. No Eagle FC, no Bellator, no UFC. I mean, this is Bellator and Eagle FC fucking up, in my opinion. If the UFC isn't here, then it should be one of them having an event. Like, nobody should have off on a weekend. You have to have somebody whose eyes are there. Um, as we are going into it, Nina's going to be going away. She has a meeting, but I wanted to talk about the middle of the year awards. So, really, they're not set in stone, but I do think that these are going to hold the test of time, especially with the rest of the year. I mean, some of these choices I don't think anybody's going to beat, but I don't fucking know. So, first off, we got to talk about the KO of Tony Ferguson. Um, Even though it's still fresh in my mind, I can't remember that many. I mean, there was that Chidi Kijiwani knockout, this elbow knockout that happened this past weekend, but it's not, doesn't hit quite the same. I mean, like, I can't think of any really crazy ones besides Molly Meatball with that spinning back elbow. So I don't know. I don't know. Tony Ferguson just getting knocked out for the first time ever by a fucking football punt. I mean, that just doesn't happen. And I think that I don't think I'm going to see anything that's going to leave me with my jaw open like that. But maybe it's just because I'm a Tony stan and I'm biased in that way. But yeah, I don't know. Moving on from KO of the year so far, I think we have a little bit of wiggle room in this next category, even though I feel very strongly that there is no wiggle room. We have Jessica Andrade getting that arm triangle, the first one in UFC history, period. Women, man, she is the first to do it. And I think the most impressive aspect, besides being first, is that she's like 4 foot nothing. Like, this motherfucker had to climb a tree to do a standing arm triangle. And I just think that's the most impressive part. And I don't know. Just the spirit of Jessica Andrade is the thing that's keeping me going, because that was fucking dope. Second place is a very close one. It's a buggy choke. But, I mean, standing arm triangle in the top of the division in a different weight class. Jessica Andrade, I think, gets sub of the year so far, in my opinion. Next one up, this is the one that I think has the most wiggle room out of everybody, besides the last thing that I'm going to mention, is fight of the year. So fight of the year for me, in terms of so far, I think it has to go to Khamzat versus Burns. That one had all the hype behind it. It had all the delivery behind it. I mean, it was back and forth, violence nonstop between two fucking hungry monsters that were going at it minute after minute after minute after minute. Gilbert Burns said, "Oh, you've only absorbed 4 punches in the UFC? Let me hand you 190." In a very, very close matchup, which, depending on how you saw it, you could score it for one way or another. But it didn't matter at the end of the night. It was Khamzat Chimaev that ended up being a winner and still undefeated, even though he didn't get to finish. Yeah, I just think that one's gonna be tough to beat, but we have a lot of really good fucking fights. And yeah, I don't know. We have 17 events down, another like whatever the fuck to go. It's going to be a fun rest of the year in terms of fight of the year contenders. And then last but not least, we have the debut of the year, and that was going to Muhammad Mokaev. I need to relook at a lot of other debuts, because there were a lot this year that were really, really good. But in terms of his debut, he had Cody Durden, who was saying that he was going to take somebody back or he was going to ship somebody back off to China and some other bullshit. And he goes out there and he chokes this motherfucker out in the first round within like 30 seconds. So, yeah, that's how you do it. You take somebody out that nobody likes, you take them out in a crazy fucking way, and you do it in the first round. Yeah, he just checked all the boxes. For me, that's debut of the year. But that is it for this week's show. I would like to hear how everybody kind of scores and rates all of these. I really do think that, in terms of, in my opinion, there is not going to be a lot of these coming up. like Jessica Andrade doing it in the third different weight class for the first time ever. I mean, that's fucking crazy. Then you have fucking just the heartbreak and the shock of KO of the year and Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. This motherfucker is fixing to get KO of the year, fight of the year, and debut of the year back to back to back. He did 2 of those in 1 year. Or if not consecutive years. Like, that motherfucker is just off the chain right now. He needs to chill. Fucking motivation be damned. And then fight of the year. I that's the one that, you know, just to credit the UFC, they just do such an amazing job with matchmaking that's why I think that there's a lot of different opportunities to be fight of the year. But debut of the year is going to be a tough cookie to break. I mean, Chimaev just going out there and choking out Cody Durden in the way that he did, as quickly as he did, I mean, that's a tough task. But yeah, we would love to hear your thoughts, etc. You can reach us up at Twitter at No Name MMA1, on Instagram. If you are listening to this, you already fucking know. Or you can shoot a snail mail at nonamemmashow@gmail.com. Have a great rest of your week. From me, Motivated Andy, Nina, who's on the road right now. Talk at you guys next week. Investing in your mental health, important. And as always, fuck you, John Jones. Peace.